Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing the discussion about choices, Jason Mathews is joining the program. Jason, welcome in. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Now, we say choices. Not every athlete has choices. You yourself being a high school coach now, I'm sure that you are around athletes that do have those kind of options. I don't know if it would help, you being one of their coaches, helping them make their decisions, but you being a guy that also was a multiple sport guy. Just talk about that a little bit. What went into the decision making for you to become a football player?
Yeah, I had a couple different options with basketball and football, but basketball was clearly my second sport. Football was a sport that I knew was going to take me to the next level. But it is clearly something that I played basketball mainly for high school to help my school out to be competitive, and we tried to get most of our football players to help the basketball team be competitive, because if they didn't, I was a small school, and it was just not going to be competitive unless we played two sports.
I played two sports as well. A lot of people won't believe me, but I was a basketball player at one time, and I stopped playing my senior year because I was worried about getting hurt for football, which was my main sport. Have there been any people maybe at your high school or at the high school that you coach at now that have made that decision to just focus on one sport instead of doing multiple, to focus on their main sport?
Yeah, we have a couple of guys, and Brentwood Academy is a very small private school. We have to have guys that play both ways. But I can even remember last year, even Derek Barnett, who's tearing it up at Tennessee now. Yeah. We thought about having him play basketball, and he just was not ready to put his body in line to get injured. So he decided not to play. But we have multiple guys that face that dilemma all the time, as I'm sure most schools do.
Well, Jason, you talk about wanting to help your school out when you were in high school. Was there any outside influence maybe involved in that, or was that just something that you guys kind of figured out on your own, that our school needs us and we need to play?
Oh, well, there was definitely outside influence. Our coaches, I was scared to death of them. Those were the days when our coaches could whoop us. There was definitely outside influence. And I appreciate it now, because I really would have hated going through high school being a one-sport guy. You miss the camaraderie, and like Brad and all you guys will know, it's the moments outside the court or off the field that you appreciate more with those guys.
Yeah, but like you said, though, you traveled in packs almost. You went from the football field to the basketball court because like you said, you had to. Or it's the belt. It was the belt. But, so I think that was an interesting question that Maurice was asking you, in that, there are a lot of coaches that see these 6'5", 6'6" athletes that don't have any interest at all in another sport, but they see, in their mind, hey, look, I see this guy really contributing to our program. And it does kind of, put a kid in a pickle that might not necessarily have wanted to, but ends up or finds himself playing in that regard. I mean, can you see that situation playing out like that?
Oh, yeah, it really does happen all the time. And, sometimes, at least at our high school, our coach asked us to play two sports. And it didn't matter if it was track, football, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But no doubt, there were some big kids that the basketball guys wanted out there. They came out and they were terrible, but they thought they could develop them. And obviously, there's some point where the kid is wasting his time and is wasting the kid's time. Mm-hmm. I just think we're in a society now where everybody specializes. Baseball is year-round, basketball is year-round, football is slowly becoming year-round, that kids are not going to have the time to grow up. They're going to be slated for this athletic event, whatever it is, when they're 15, and I just think that's a mistake.
Jason, you know what? We're going to call you back on that very topic itself right there. That's actually,
I love it.
That's a whole nother show right there. You've been great, Jason. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jason.
Please do. Enjoy talking to y'all.
Thanks.
All right. That's going to do it for this week of Players Prep, this edition of Players Prep. Stick around. We got a lot more coming. We'll see you next time.